Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's Kyle from escapingthenorm.com, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a walkthrough of the WordPress dashboard, or aka back office. In the last video, I showed you how to set up WordPress with Siteground, and in this video, I'm going to just kind of give you a walkthrough of the back office and kind of show you where everything is and how to use it. I'm not going to cover everything, but I'm going to cover the basics to get you started. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right on in. Okay, so here is our SiteGround homepage after we log in. I'm going to click websites, and the website that I want to modify, this is the one that we've been setting up on the tutorials, and I'm going to go and click WordPress admin to get to the back office, and it's going to automatically log me in. Now, like I said in the last video, the other way that you would do that is by going to typing in your domain name /wp-admin, and that will bring you to, like, if you haven't been logged in yet, it'll bring you to the login where you put your username and password that you set up in SiteGround, and then it'll redirect to the dashboard. So with that being said, this is the WordPress dashboard. And since this is a new installation, it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. So this is going to be somewhat of a short tutorial. So we'll just go ahead. When you first open it up, it always defaults to the dashboard, which is, it basically shows you like all the notifications for like the plugins that you've installed, which we only have one plugin right now installed. You'll see a lot more stuff populate into this area once we actually start installing things like themes and header footer widgets and stuff like that. But for now, there's not a whole lot here, but basically this is like an overview. It'll say like what needs attention, like what needs updated. You, like right here, you can manage the design, but I'm not going to mess with any of this stuff right now because I'm going to be showing you how to install a free theme first, so you can get your blog up and running without spending a ton of money. And I know that's what most of you will probably want to get started. And basically this is just like, a notification dashboard. I really personally don't use it a whole lot, but we'll go ahead and go to the next one, which is updates. And you can see this little red bubble. It says 1. That means there's one update. And it'll say right here like what needs updated. And updates are real important for WordPress because sometimes there might be like a vulnerability in the plugin, or maybe there's like some kind of a bug or something that doesn't work very well, and the developers have updated it, and so like the new version works better. You should always update the plugins, but I always recommend, before you go to updating a whole ton of them, to back your website up first. Now, the nice thing about SiteGround, uh, you know, a lot of hosting accounts or hosting services, I guess you could say, don't offer automatic backups. But with SiteGround, it automatically backs up the past previous 7 days, so that if something breaks, you can just one click, reinstate your website like it was on whatever day you select. And I'll show you that in a future tutorial. But this is like your updates. Usually, the way that I get to this is I usually like to update all the plugins all at once. So I'll go and hover over plugins, and I'll click installed plugins, and this will show you all the plugins that you have installed on WordPress. And if you can see right here, usually like it'll say if there's an update, and you just click update now. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna just click it. It only usually takes a few seconds, and it's automatically applied. You can also check for updates, but I've never seen it to where, like if there's an update, it'll show you. And I'll just go through the list and update. And you always want to make sure that there's no warnings below that say, hey, this might not be compatible with this plugin or your current database. You want to make sure that you're backed up before you try that. And then once you do try it, you want to, go through your website and test things, make sure, just visit different pages, make sure everything's working correctly. And if it's not, restore the backup. So the next list, I kind of jumped down to plugins, but the next one is post. Now, there's also pages, and they're very, very similar. Basically what a page is it's static. It's like, like if you're setting up like a small business website and you want like a static home page that, hardly ever changes, And it might change from time to time. You might update pictures on it or whatever, but for the most part, it doesn't change. It's kind of like the privacy policy, I got tongue twisted, huh? The privacy policy page and the terms of service pages, those rarely change. So like you would set those up under pages, and then post is for like a blog post. Like if it's like content that you're creating like on a daily basis or a weekly basis, you'd want to use post. Now, another difference between pages and post is post have tags and categories, so you can make different categories. Like say you're making a blog and there's like six main different categories that your blog's going to be about. You would give each post that belong to a specific category that category. And there's also tags, which basically you can it's like YouTube tags if you're familiar with those, but you can type in like keywords that are associated with that particular post. And basically, like when you get like a bunch of posts on your website, and you can have like a tags bubble, like where there's a bunch of different tags. And say one of them is it says baseball, like you could put the baseball tag on all the posts that have anything to do with baseball. And then the ones that have to do with like bats or whatever, you could put bats, etc. And then like when all the tags are echoed out on the wherever you want to put them, you can put them anywhere. And if you click like baseball, it'll show all the posts that have that tag. So basically, it's like an additional organizational means rather than just categories. And it's a little more effective, like if you're specifically looking for posts about this or that. So I'll just show you like what this page looks like. And right now there's none. All you do to create a new post is just click add new, and this little thing will pop up. I don't use this. I use Elementor mainly to build my website, so I'm gonna just click X out of that. But anyways, to add a new post, you just add a title, and I'm gonna put test post like that. And then like there's all these settings right here. Like one of the main ones is featured image. And like if you share a post like on Facebook Messenger or on text message or through email, like a lot of times it'll show like a preview image for that post. And this is where you can select like the image that you want for that. But we'll go over that more in the future. I'm just kind of showing you where everything is. And then your permalink is basically whatever your website domain is slash and like your post name. Now right now this one's set up to the get parameter, which I don't like, and I'll show you how to reset that. The best way to set it up, especially for a blog, is to make it to where your title and your permalink, like after the slash, is the same thing. This way, if you have like keywords and you've done like keyword research and you're trying to rank your post like on Google or whatever, like that will show up in the actual link to that post. But we'll go over SEO and stuff in the future. And like I said, there's like categories. You can add a category, and all you do is click add new category, type the name, and then like a parent category is like like a main category, and then you can make like a child category, which is like a subcategory of a category. It might be a little confusing right now, but just don't worry about it. I'm just kind of showing you where everything is. And to post your, and I think I already clicked it, but to make your post live, you just click publish, and then it'll ask you to confirm, and then click publish. Now, this is the block editor. Like I said, I don't use this. I'm going to be showing you how to install Elementor and how to use it. It's so much easier to use, but just to show, like how you actually create like a post and publish it, I'll show you this. So to update it, like if you made a change, you just click update. And another thing that's important, let me go back. You just click the big W to go back, or you can hit the back button. So this is where your post is. Now, a lot of times, like when you update a post, like if you change like some images and stuff like that, you'll need to purge Siteground cache, which is up here. And so all you do is click it. And basically, so like if you updated a post and then you go and check it and the updates that you made aren't showing, then that's most likely your problem. You have to purge the SiteGround cache. Sometimes you have to actually go into the account and purge the cache back in here. which is, let me let it load. It would be right here under speed, caching, and then you click dynamic cache, and then whichever website you want to clear the cache for, you just click that and it'll confirm. Well, anyways, I'm going to click on here so you can re-edit it. Click edit, and you can go to the permalink to find the actual URL to visit this. Okay, anyways, that's how you create a new post. And so like to upload media like photos and videos that you want to put on your website, you go to media right here, and library will show you all the photos that you have uploaded. I don't have anything uploaded right now. And if you want to upload a new photo to use, like if you're using like the Elementor page builder or whatever page builder you're using, you just click add new, select files, and then you just select the picture that you want to upload, and it'll upload, and you'll be able to access that like on the page builder. So the next thing is pages, and this is the one that I was talking about like how if you're setting up like a static page, like if you want like a home page that's always the same, that hardly ever changes, or you want like a terms of service page, etc., you can set that up here, and all you do is click add new. Anyways, you could type like terms of service, and as you can see, here's the URL slug. So if you wanted to visit this, you could highlight this and put it after your website. So here's the whole link right here, and there's nothing there yet because we haven't published it. But to publish it, you just hit publish, and then you can view the page. And as you can see, we have is a title, but we'll get more into that with the page builder. And I'm going to just go back to the main dashboard. So that's how you set up a new page. You can also install wicked folders, which will like organize these pages into different folders. That's what I usually do. This is where your comments are. And, if you like have like a blog or something, you have like a comment section, under the post, and people comment on them, these will show up here. And you can set it to where, either automatically approves it and it goes on the page, or you can make it to where you have to approve each comment before it'll actually show up on the page. Now, one of the things when you're doing comments on a blog, a lot of times spammers will find these, and they will send you spam links. And so like I always set up like CAPTCHA, because a lot of these are bots, and if you set up the like Google CAPTCHA or HCAPTCHA, they won't be able to fill the form out. And so appearance, this is where all your themes are. The one that's like in black, and it says customize, that's your current theme that you're currently using, which this is a really crappy theme. I'm going to show you how to install like a much better and more professional theme for free. And these are like the other ones that come stock with WordPress. You don't want them. You want like a aftermarket theme. And then you have your plugins, which we already went over. This is where you can add or take away plugins, delete them. You can also deactivate them so they're not active on your site. To add a new plugin, you just click add new, and then you can search for it. And then if you want to install that plugin, you just click install. We're going to go over that more in another tutorial. I'm just showing you like where everything's at in this tutorial. And then you have users. So if you have like a membership site or like a forum or anything like this, you can see like all the users that have signed up, to your website. Also like people, like if you have like, coworkers or whatever, or employees or whatever that create posts for you, or if you like hire someone to create posts for you, you can create an account here. So you just click add new to add a new user, and you enter all their information. And then you have, let's see, tools. And this is where, so basically you can import things from like APIs of these like different services. I've never used this, but this is where it is. And then you can export like content on your website. I've used this. It's really helpful. Like if you wanted to, take a page off of, this one website and export it into like an XML file. I think that's the main one. Yeah, the XML file. And then you can upload it, import it to another website. So basically you can like, move content from one website to another website with this. I hardly ever use this, but and then there's site health, which basically this gives you the health of your site. And this right here, it says we should remove this inactive themes, but we'll get to that in the future. And then you have like this other stuff. I've never used it. And then you have settings. So general, I will say, uh, in the past couple of tutorials, we were dealing with HTTPS or SSL. So I would recommend, because see how this says HTTP, I would put HTTPS right here just to make sure we don't have any trouble in the future. And just make sure that all of your information is up to date in here. A lot of this stuff you might not know yet, like your site title or your tagline, but we'll go over that more when we actually install the theme. So you can set like your date format and stuff like this. I'd recommend just leaving all this to default for now. And then you have writing, which you can set your default post category. So like if honestly, I'd just leave that to uncategorized, and all this stuff I'd basically just leave alone when you're starting out. And then reading, this one right here is real important. So if you set up your theme and like it gives you like a static page as your home page, and you want it to like like you want to show all of your blog posts off on your front page, like your home page, this is where you change this. And it says your home page displays, and it says your latest post, which that's how I want it set up. Now if you install a theme, it might change that, so you might come back and check that again. Or you can say a static page. And if you click that, you just have to select the page, which we don't have very many pages right now, or a particular post. But I'm going to just leave it to the default, your latest post. And then, you can set like how many blog pages you must show or to show, etc. I'm going to just leave all that alone right now, because in Elementor, you can set all of this stuff in there, and it's a lot easier. And then discussion. This stuff I would just leave all. This is what like where you can set like comment moderation, etc. Like like if you want to make it to where you have to approve comments before they're displayed on the site. It should be set up so you can go through the settings and set it however you want. I won't go over it right now. And then media, I would just leave this alone, because your theme will basically size all the images, so I wouldn't change any of those settings. And then here's your permalinks. If you're doing a blog and you want like the title of the blog to show up in the URL, which I would recommend for any website, just make sure post name is checked, and that's honestly the best option. And then you'll have to click save changes. And then there's other things like privacy. You can set your privacy policy page, which it's already set up. And then you have like down here, like when you install a plugin, it's going to show up at the very bottom most of the time. Sometimes it'll show up here, but not all the time. So this is where all your new plugins will show up, and this is where you can go into the settings of your plugin and basically set it up. We're going to get more into that into the next video, but this was basically like a basic walkthrough of the WordPress back office, just to kind of show you where everything is. We'll go into more of these settings in detail in the future tutorials, because I just kind of skimmed over them in this one. But if you got value from this video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already and you want to see more of these videos where I walk you through step by step in the easiest way possible, make sure you subscribe. And that will be it for this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.